And what is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of We the Few. I would start with intros, but honestly, who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
You don't care who I am.
You don't care who I am either.
Your hair looks extra Einstein-y today.
Oh, does it? I was driving over here blasting rap music with the windows down. I'm that asshole in your neighborhood.
God, what a dick.
Oh, and the song I was playing,
Go
I
on.
made sure to turn it up extra loud as I was driving past the police station. There's a rap song called Gotta Kill a Cop. It was pretty great.
Jake, can we talk about your suicide wish?
Yeah, okay, so tomorrow's my 23rd birthday.
Happy birthday.
Whatever, fuck it. I'm going to kill myself on Facebook Live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what time that is out here.
That's 3 p.m.
Okay, 3 p.m. here.
Yeah.
There's going to be one of those things where like you can react to choose how I do it. If you get a bunch of heart reacts, I will rent a wood chipper. I will point it at my parents' house, and I will jump into it.
Okay.
If you get enough laugh reacts, I will hang myself in somebody else's front yard.
Wonderful.
And that's all I've thought of so far.
Okay. Well, this transitions really well into what I wanted to talk about, which is mental health. Jacob, get help. No, I just finished my story today on student mental health here at COC. I talked to a guy with the greatest freaking name ever, Tony Law.
Tony Law is the law, literally.
Like, he's
law.
He's an adjunct counselor here. He's only been here for 2 weeks, and he's already laid down the law. Sorry,
that's when he takes a nap.
That's when he takes a nap.
He lays down the law.
When I met him, he was he's probably the guy that got me sick.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't feeling too well.
What do you have, lymphoma?
I don't know. But he wasn't feeling too well.
If you Google it, you're probably dying.
Yeah, probably. But, I just realized, I had met him, had the interview with him, and he was kind of sick, and I didn't take preventative measures, and then I got sick, after that meeting. And now, playing that back in my head, I realize I got fucked. I played myself.
Did you, though?
I played myself.
You were kissing him on the mouth or anything.
No, but, you do an 8-minute interview with the guy, shake his hand, and don't wash your hands afterwards, you're probably getting sick from that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I talked to him, and I also talked to the director of mental health, of the mental health programs here at COC, Larry Schallert. Both incredibly knowledgeable, incredibly great guys, and what I learned about mental health is talk to people. Seriously, Jake, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. No, that's one of the things that they say is, if you ever notice the signs, someone's shutting themselves out, withdrawing from other people, just kind of giving the signs that they're kind of depressed or...
Hashtag me.
Hashtag not you, actually. Because you're able to laugh and you're able to hang out with people, you're living a social life. But people who are legitimately...
It saps my strength.
You're still doing it, Where there are some people that just aren't, that are purposely, trying to be lonely, not engaging in any sort of activity.
This is a true statement.
Yeah. And those people, if you notice it out of any of your friends, just talk to them. Ask, hey, are you feeling suicidal? And,
I don't...
So
be that blunt.
No. I thought that too. But apparently that's actually the way you're supposed to handle it.
No.
Yeah, because...
But then don't you think that they'd get mad at you for, okay, let's say they weren't going to commit suicide, or they weren't thinking about it. Wouldn't they get mad at you for assuming that they were?
See,
I would.
Maybe, but, when I talked to Larry about it, he was saying that it's actually better that you do ask because there's a myth, apparently, is that, if you talk about suicide, it puts it in their head. And apparently that's completely untrue.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying at all, though.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that there's that myth, though.
Okay.
Yeah, but overall, I think it's better to ask and make sure, instead of pussyfooting around it.
I do want to say that if you do talk to somebody about suicide, you can put it in their head, but it's all about how you phrase it. It's
yes.
If you go up to someone like, hey, man, I'm really worried about you.
Yeah.
About committing suicide, or hey, man, have you been thinking about the ultimate way to escape your problems? You can just
God.
slip up into the abyss and nothing happens, but you shouldn't do it because we love you, even though all of your problems will go away.
Don't do it that way.
Don't
do it that way.
Bring that up. I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking that life is hard and it would just be great to end it all and you can see Pop in heaven, but don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it that way.
Don't do all of that. That's all bad.
That kind of reminds me of the Whitest Kid You Know video about like
not the reverse psychology one.
No. The shooting the president one.
Oh,
yeah. Like you cannot say that, but you can tell people you can't say that. It's the only time, like it's kind of like that. But no, like it's better to approach someone and ask, and again, do it from a place of like concern.
Can I do that to random strangers?
Please don't.
Hey, are you thinking about committing suicide?
Do it with people you know.
Knock on people's door, like, can I talk to you about the consideration of suicide today?
Oh God.
Here's some literature on why to not do it.
Here's some literature.
Here's a bunch of memes of puppies. Like, there you go.
Oh my God.
You're
I feel like you'd become the Jehovah's Witness of suicide.
Dude, that would be a cool serial killer.
That would be terrible.
No lie.
That would be terrible.
Like, they just talked about how, like, Christ for so long, you just got so bored that you killed yourself.
Oh, actually, I believe that's a thing. I believe that's actually happening. You get so bored of like.
Tell me how many suicides happen in, like, what are they called? In convents. Tell me about that.
In convents.
Like, what's the suicide rate in convents?
I don't know.
Because I know that they're told from day one. I mean, like, literally birth, that you shouldn't commit suicide. Suicide is a sin.
You're right.
In the Bible. But, like, at what point about talking about boring old Jesus does it just get too much?
Yeah, it's hard, It's just hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with that. Either way, like just some weird things. Like one, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the U.S. Still, it's still
really?
Yeah, it's still number 10. 44,000 people die.
Number 1 is death, right?
No, number 1 is either heart disease or
I think
it's like heart disease.
Heart disease or choking. It's like something really weird.
What is it?
Like heart disease would make too much sense, I feel like.
No, I think it is actually heart disease. Number 1 cause of death. I've been hearing about it recently.
I just want to take this a second to talk about do you know, I don't remember the name of the artist. It's like he's been around forever.
Yeah, heart disease.
Okay.
Heart disease and cancer.
That's not funny.
Yeah, 614,000 from heart disease, and then 591 from cancer, and then it significantly drops off to number 3, which is 147 from chronic lower respiratory diseases, lung diseases.
That sounds a little funny.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
It is.
Accidents at number 4, 136. Stroke at 130. At number 5 with 133. Alzheimer is number 6.
Really?
Yeah. Or is it?
Well, okay, so none of that's true because I found this comic a long time ago, done by this Christian cartoonist. I think you know what I'm talking about. The little rectangle comic books. They always have a message about Jesus.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So I found one that says, and I quote, like, do you know what the leading cause of death in America is? And then the next page was the leading cause of, you may think it's heart disease or choking, but the leading cause of death in America is dying. I swear to God it said that.
Oh my God. The leading cause of death is air.
Yeah.
It's breathing.
It's breathing.
After Alzheimer's.
Or lack thereof.
Holy crap. Influenza is number 8.
Really?
The flu kills.
Die from still?
Flu and pneumonia kills 55,000 people a year.
55,000?
A year.
Of children and elderly, right?
I'm guessing it's children. I'm guessing I'm guessing it's like people at high risk of that.
Or people that don't vaccinate their children.
Like I'm guessing it's people who are high risk,
We can only hope.
Yeah. And then intentional self-harm, suicide at 42,000 at number 10. Yeah, leading, and that's according to the CDC.
The Center for Disease Control.
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Yeah.
Isn't that the CDC AP? CDCP?
Yeah, I guess I just went with just CDC.
Do you put the and?
Center for Disease Control. So it's not. So you don't get put the 4. So like you just put like the main ones.
Right,
yeah. Unless you're like the ASPCA.
What?
Animal
Separation Protection Control Agency.
Yeah. Like ASPCA, I'm guessing is all of their letters. You know, or the LA County Fire Department is LA Co FD.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you know, use that. Another thing, for every suicide, there's 25 attempts.
For every one
Suicide,
that succeeds,
there's 25 attempts
that don't succeed.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's nice to hear.
It's good to hear, but like, it's also like just that many attempts is still like, you know, that crap. Like, you still get 44,000 deaths a year off of suicide, and there could be up to
44,000 times 25.
5. Yeah, like you're looking at, you know, basically the same as heart disease or more in terms of potential.
So what you're saying is that if I want to be less than just an asterisk in a book, I need to go out in some crazy way.
No, you need to not go out in any crazy way. I care
but then
about
I
you.
become the biggest statistic of people that live a healthy, normal life.
God damn it, Jake. No, but like suicide is a definitely big problem. You know, like, have you ever gone through like suicidal depression, like legit suicidal depression?
Legit? Like, I don't know. Like maybe. There was like one point in my life in elementary school where I was super depressed, and I thought that like, oh, like nobody's gonna love me or anything.
Right.
But I was like 8.
Okay. No, I
don't
understand
know.
that.
But like, and then after that, I kind of like looked at myself and was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're 8.
You're 8. Get your life together.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through it. You
Yeah.
know, I've tried to commit about 7 times.
I think that like I feel like.
You know.
I mean, maybe this is coming from an area of like someone. I can't speak for everybody, but I
Right.
feel like at least everybody has to have thought about it at least once.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's not like the super like, oh my god, like I either A, tried to commit suicide, or B, I like have thought about it. That shouldn't be. It's not something that's like, oh, you're such an outsider, like,
Right.
how dare you, you know, like, you know, whatever. It's normal.
I think it is a lot more normal that people think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
it's the same with like people stigmatize like when you're in a car and you get road rage and you're like, oh, I'd just like to, you know, pull over and shoot this guy in the head or like whatever.
Yeah.
You're not actually gonna do it unless
Right.
you're one of those crazy people that do it.
Yeah.
And
Get
then
help.
you're a crazy person.
Yeah. No, seriously. To those people, get help.
Yeah, get help.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Talk
Seriously.
about your anger.
Yeah.
Because
But that's actually what they say. So when all the stuff that I was researching, all the stuff that like came up was just seriously just talk to someone. You know, like the more
Right.
that you're able to do outreach, the more you're able to do stuff. You know, to just bring someone in with you. You know, to bring you out of that hole. They said is the best thing you can do. And that they've noticed that depression is kind of comes in waves. Know that you will get out eventually.
right.
You know? And I think so many people, especially around our age, who haven't really dealt with it yet, you know, are kind of just dealing with it for the first time, you know, dealing with the stresses of college. They don't get that yet. You know, and that's why when I was doing my article, it's the 3rd leading cause of death for people aged 15 to 24 or 23. And then the 2nd leading cause from 24, and then 2nd leading cause from 25 to 34. That's insanity.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That like, I'm guessing for like, it's still car accidents or traffic collisions for the 15-year-olds because reckless driving.
Yeah.
You know, so heavy topic.
Again, though, to state from the beginning, the leading cause of death
Is death.
Is dying. Is
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
So don't die.
The secret to eternal life, just don't die.
Just don't die.
It
Just,
makes
you know
sense.
what you should do? Follow the rules of The Secret. Talking about secrets. Follow The Secret. Manifest yourself living. And then just do it.
Oh my god, I was just given cancer. I now have the 3rd
Dude, what's
biggest
wrong-
cause of death.
What is wrong?
Thank you.
What is wrong with manifestation?
Except
For everything.
except for literally everything that book talks about.
I don't remember what. Oh, it's 30 Rock, and Alec Baldwin's character is like doing this new wealthy person's version of The Secret.
Oh god.
And like it's the funniest thing. He's like, he's talking about how like he really wants a helicopter, and like the way that it's called the system.
Right.
The way the system works is you think really hard about what you want, and you draw it on a piece of paper, and you take that piece of paper, you crumple it up, throw it over your shoulder, and then go buy what you're thinking about. And so
God damn
he really
it.
wants a helicopter. So he draws a helicopter, crumples it up, throws it over his shoulder, and then he goes and buys a helicopter.
That's the secret.
That's the secret.
The secret's money.
Yeah. It's
God
just like,
damn
It's
it.
just like if you pray every day to God for you to win the lottery, and then one day you win a scratcher, and then you're like, and it could just be for $50. You could be like, God answered my prayers. It's like, no, you just played scratchers and also prayed every day. You did both those things.
You did both those things. They are mutually exclusive to themselves.
Yeah.
Either way, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll see you guys in a second. And we're back. Welcome to We the Few, Skylar and Jake. I got some traffic. If anyone's, driving while listening to this,
Probably not. But that's
probably
okay.
not, but it's a good thing to do
Yeah.
for those that are doing it. First off, someone done effed up. Someone got into a car accident at the 14 interchange. Looks like a Volvo is waiting to get towed. So be careful, people. Don't be looky-loos. Just drive. Don't slow down the road. It's better for everyone.
Oh, but I love to look.
I know you do. All right. Also, there's a full closure on due to a guardrail work past Castaic or around Castaic, southbound Violin Canyon and Lake Hughes Road. So,
Did you say Violent Canyon?
Violin,
Oh,
not Violent Canyon.
That would be the coolest place to live ever.
That would not be the coolest place to live. Also, if you are in San Francisco Canyon, there's a traffic collision. I love Green Valley. San Francisco Canyon, Green Valley, love that area.
Oh, I'm not familiar. I just
okay.
I'm not familiar.
If you're driving through San Francisco Canyon, there's a traffic collision there, so be careful. That road can be a little bit dangerous. Can be.
Drive 80.
Don't do that. Although, like, everyone who lives in Green Valley does, basically.
Yeah, it's scary.
That entire road is just terrible. So what I was saying was, so did you see all the reviews today for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
No.
It has literally been just, like, down the line has been getting, like, straight 10s.
Really?
It's, like, one of the highest reviewed games.
Are you sure this isn't just a bunch of fan
No.
boys?
This is, like, IGN, GameSpot, like, Eurogamer. The lowest score was, like Italy Eurogamer with a 9. Was like the lowest
Why did they
score.
give it a 9?
Huh?
Why?
I don't know.
See, that's what's funny.
Like
You gotta look those things up. You gotta be prepared for that.
like 7.8 too much water in Pokemon
yeah.
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. God, that was the greatest reasons ever.
Have you ever seen? There's it's a Tumblr page, and it's
So
all,
no.
Okay. Well,
It's Tumblr, no.
it's all beautiful photos of national landmarks, and then some of their 1-star reviews on Yelp.
Oh my god,
It
yes.
is hilarious.
People are so dumb.
Like, one of them was like Yellowstone National Park or something. It's like, I was on like the hiking trail and I had to pee outside, like 1 star. And it's like, what are you?
What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
They wouldn't bring the bears out to us. 1 star.
Yeah.
Like,
it's all stuff
what?
like that.
Like, you dumb. But yeah, no, the game has been getting almost perfect. Like, IGN, who is, like, either notorious for giving bad games good scores and good games, like, really mess scores.
Yeah.
They gave it a 10, calling it, like, a masterclass of its design.
So it could just be meh.
So it could just be
Using
meh.
your logic, it could just be meh.
Yeah, no, but, like, even, like, GameSpot, everywhere on the internet is basically giving it straight 10s. And... Of course, because the internet is the internet, they looked up the Metacritic score for Breath of the Wild, and it's standing at 98 right now, which that's like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, basically.
Yeah.
And then they looked at Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and it's 99.
Oh. Well, people have really mixed reviews on
Ocarina of
Time.
The consensus, though, with Ocarina of Time is that it's one of the greatest games of all time. But whenever
it's dated as fuck.
Oh yeah, but when you review it, like any of the updates to it, people are like, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's very dated. You know, it was a 99 for its time.
Right.
You know,
right.
And here's another game that's probably just as good that has a 98. Oh no, whatever will we do? So I'm going to be going to after my D&D game tonight. I will be picking it up and playing it until I can no longer stay awake.
Have fun with that.
I love midnight launches. You ever done a midnight launch? Have you ever absorbed yourself into that culture before? You missed everything I just said, didn't you?
Sorry, I was looking at a photo of James Franco blowing an Oscar, actually.
And that's where we lost Jake to blowing an Oscar.
It's a rejected ad campaign from A24 Studio when they were trying to get Spring Breakers nominated for an Oscar. It's really great. I wish that I could repost it on my social media that everybody should be following me on. I'm sorry, so could you repeat yourself? I was very distracted by that photo.
You were very distracted by James Franco giving oral to a statue.
Well, no, so like that's the thing is that like when I say, I shouldn't say that he was giving oral to the statue. The whole statue is like in his mouth, like the head and the shoulders are like in his mouth.
Oh, he was getting epic fellatio.
Yeah. It's the scene from Spring Breakers when the 2 girls are like shoving the gun in his mouth, but then they Photoshop the gun out and put an Oscar in.
Ah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie Spring Breakers, it's really great and everybody should watch it. Harmony Korine is a god.
All right then.
Yeah.
I will let everyone know.
Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not.
Do you know about Harmony Korine?
No.
All right, that'll be another I Love You, Jacob, but Please Get Help.
Oh,
Experimental teen films. He's great. We'll talk about it.
Oh no, that's next week.
Yeah,
We'll get that to our episode if we can get Shawnee on.
Yeah.
You know.
That's not happening. It's not actually going to happen. I know you want it to so bad, and I want it to so bad, but it can never work. It can never
happen?
It could never happen between us.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant her coming onto the show.
Oh, no. Her coming onto the show is fine, but me confessing my love for her and then spending the rest of our lives together, it can never work.
Oh, yeah, no, it'll never happen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's because I'm too good for her.
Sure, Jake. Sure.
Hey, man. I was just talking about killing myself earlier. You should be boosting my self-esteem. Not slaughtering it.
The reason why is because I know you got nihilism.
Yeah, I got tons of nihilism.
Yeah. Yeah, no. My question that I was asking, have you ever been to a midnight launch of a game?
Oh, yeah, for Grand Theft Auto 5. That's when I bought my PlayStation 3, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I stood in line for a while, but that's it. That's the only time I've ever done that.
The only time ever.
Yeah, my brother used to go for every Call of Duty game, and I was like, you're a fucking idiot.
The first one I ever did was Halo 3.
You're a fucking idiot.
Dude, that was, like, we called out of school the next day because I was still in high school when it happened.
My parents would have literally kicked my ass if I called out of school to play a video game.
Yeah, my parents didn't.
Yeah, I'm super jealous because there were so many times where all I wanted to do was just stay up all night and try and beat Crash Team Racing. And
Oh my God, yes.
but I had to go to school the next day, and I was like, no, just let me just beat this game. Just let me just do that.
Let me just beat this game, Mom. It'll take another 8 hours.
Yeah, no.
I promise.
So what I would have to do is I'd have to wake up at like 4:00 in the morning and then play until I had to leave for school.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, right.
Like, see, I was
Unless
never.
you could, not go to school at all.
Yeah, that was a good day. Halo 3, and then eventually like Force Unleashed. I did Midnight 4. That was a bad decision
Why?
because Force Unleashed sucked.
Oh, I thought it was a bad decision because you got sandwiched between two dudes in slave Leia outfits.
No, it was out here. We don't have anyone that cringy out here in Santa Clarita. We don't have anyone that cringy. We have cringy people, but not that level.
Can I talk to you about the cringy person that came to my work today?
Go on.
Okay. Okay. So she didn't come into my work.
Okay.
So as I've said on the show before, I am a stock person, a stock associate. If you want to, I'm a fucking janitor and I haul boxes around. I do whatever they want me to. Anyway, my job is to listen for when the back door rings and to help whoever is back there to pick up their stuff, load up, whatever. And so the back door rings. I'm not expecting anybody. Normally I'm expecting somebody. So I'm a little worried because that means that either somebody's coming to pick up a bunch of stuff and they didn't call me ahead of time, so it's over in our warehouse, or somebody is like just weird in the back. Like I've had people like, hey, can I dig through your dumpster and find boxes? Or like, I don't know. There's been somebody came and told us there was somebody chasing them with a gun and they looked like they were on meth.
Okay.
Yeah, so crazy people. So this woman must have been in her late 40s probably. Tattoo of somebody's name on her bicep. Rings the doorbell in my store. And I go and I answer the door for her. I open the door and immediately this woman's in my face.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, right? Like, okay. Like, I'm already just like, fuck, what have I done this time? And she's like, and I'm like, hi, how can I help you? And she's like, I'm here to pick up from them, and points across the street to Urban Home. And I'm like, look, like, there's a Pottery Barn sign right here. This is our doorbell. And she's like, yeah, but they don't have a doorbell. And I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, I'm not connected to them in any way. I don't work for that company. And she's like, I've been sitting here. How are they supposed to know? And I'm trying to be nice, Like I don't just like go like, sorry, I can't help you and go away. I like to be the helpful guy. So I'm looking at her like, well, like, were you just in the store? Did you just purchase it? And she's just like grumbling under her breath, me like, this is fucking ridiculous, and just like sits in her car. And I'm like, was our conversation over? Like, okay,
all right then.
Yeah, I have to deal with people like that on a daily basis.
So I have someone who, one, you should put that on Not Always Right, because that's hilarious.
Okay.
Find the website Not Always Right.
Yeah.
If you have not always already found this website.
I do know about Not Always Right.
It's the best. Put that story on there. It'll sell wonderful stories.
That woman was such a bitch.
So I have one of the best cringe stories, and it's not mine, but it's my friend.
Cheater.
Huh?
Cheater.
It's not, but it's one of my favorites. Okay, because so my friend Matt Lewis, or Mogama, as
I know
people,
Mogama.
You know Mogama. Mogama
Listeners don't know Mogama. Mogama's cool.
You know what? Listeners would know Mogama because it's freaking Mogama.
That's true. Everybody fucking knows Mogama.
Everyone knows Mogama. So he's decent friends with Jessica Negri. Like knew her before she kind of got like super big because he's been in the cosplay community. And she was the kind of the model that they were using for Lollipop Chainsaw. So she had invited him to come down to the midnight release of that game. And also there was the voice actress of Lollipop Chainsaw, and I can't think of her name right now. She voices Twilight Sparkle in My Little Pony. She was the voice of Harley Quinn in Batman the Animated Series. Why can't I think of her name? I need to look this up. This is bugging me.
Tara Strong.
Tara Strong, thank you. I literally just remembered it as I was about to type it in. Yeah. Tara Strong's there.
How do you forget Tara Strong?
I don't know how I forget that name. But yeah, so Tara Strong's there, and they're going around meeting people in line. And there's one guy in line who like meets Tara, just like, oh my god, I love you in My Little Pony, and shakes her hand like super bronied out. Like then all of a sudden, like after shaking her hand, bricks, like turns into a frickin' stone and collapses backwards. words.
No.
And just completely bricks like,
No.
what?
He just completely lost consciousness.
Like, completely.
He wasn't doing it for show.
No.
Oh, my God.
I heard that story, and I lost my goddamn mind.
I have been on that person's end several times. Like, there have been people who I've met where I've been super starstruck, and I've stammered over my words, but never have I ever just dropped.
Yeah, I've never been in that position where I've like stammered over my words when I met someone famous.
I don't think anybody actually ever just drops unless they're trying to create a scene. I don't think this guy did it on.
He might have, but like according to the story, he just bricks.
I don't buy it, dude. I mean, like, I buy that this all happened, but I don't buy that he's a broken man. I buy.
I don't know. There's some broken people out there.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's just so weird.
We're going to take a quick minute break. And when we come back, I want to have just stories of meeting our favorite celebrity.
Okay.
Our favorite celebrity meetup. Sorry, I should say that.
All right, that sounds awesome, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we'll be back in a bit. And welcome back. I should have weather for you. I should. I said I should. I didn't say I was going to. I am because I'm that person.
It's gonna take long though. You're just gonna sit there and try and.
No, I have it up right now. It's gonna be it's 64 degrees right now.
There you go.
I was going to say it and then you interrupted
me. You
me.
just pulled it up.
No, it was up already.
No.
Also, it's raining on Sunday.
Yay!
Why?
Why? Rain is good.
All right, so yeah, it's gonna get rainy on Sunday. Then next week, we got an 82 degrees on Thursday. I'm down with that. Next week. I'm happy about this. This week has been super nice.
Today was beautiful.
Yesterday and today.
Excuse me. Until the wind hit, today was beautiful.
Oh yeah, the wind. I hate wind. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm having a crisis.
Okay, stop having a crisis.
Yeah, we're okay. Everything's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you dying?
No. We're all good.
Okay. Are you sure?
Not fast enough.
Oh damn. Either way, and then after that, it's gonna get super cloudy.
Hooray.
And then one day of sun in the middle of the clouds. But, 10% chances of rain.
Okay.
We got some rain. Again. Did you see the picture from October of last year and then February of this year?
No, I have not.
So it's like...
Wait, of Castaic Lake?
No, not of Castaic Lake, of California.
Oh, no.
It was a picture that was going around and it was just super brown.
Uh-huh.
Just, it looked dead. And then the picture next to it was just solid dark green.
Beautiful.
And I was just that's amazing. In 4 months? Going from that dead brown to that lively green. Mm-hmm. Thank you, rain. As much as I hate you because Californians don't know how to drive in you, thank you. Yeah, they're terrible. So Californians should never drive in the rain.
No.
We should have other people do that for us. We should hire people from the East Coast to drive us around during the rain.
Yes.
I think that's the best idea I've ever had.
It'll be.
It solves the job crisis.
Yeah, but then we have immigrants from the East Coast coming over to our West Coast. You know what? We should build a wall across Middle America.
Oh, God.
We should build a wall.
Here's the thing. We're going to build a wall.
A vertical wall across
A vertical
the US.
wall. Okay.
Or California or the West Coast and the East Coast are going to build a wall around Central America, and then nobody can get in or out.
In or out.
Except, and then there'll be a hole in the center, too, for Colorado. Like, we can travel to and from Colorado. They're cool. They have
it kind of like End of Z World. Alaska can come too.
Yeah, Colorado can come, too.
Okay, sounds good.
Colorado's part of California now. I'm calling it.
I mean, I'm down.
Colorado, you chill. Stick with us.
Stick with us. We'll get you far.
We'll get you far. You want beaches, Colorado? We'll help you get beaches.
We give them beaches. They give us mountains.
Yeah.
They give us better mountains than we got.
We have some pretty...
We have Mammoth.
High Sierra is beautiful, dude.
Yeah, it is.
High Sierra is so
California, you're a fucking awesome state.
And, dude, and Mount Shasta, it's one of the most beautiful areas I've ever been to. It's so pretty.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So I said before the break, best or favorite meeting a celebrity story.
Okay.
Go ahead. I want you to start.
Let's see. So I have two.
Okay.
Both very short.
Okay.
I'll start with when I got to meet one of my heroes, Dan Harmon. Are you familiar with Dan Harmon?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
What were you looking at now? What were you distracted from?
My brain.
Okay.
I'm getting messages, and I'm like, you need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're familiar with Dan Harmon?
Yes, I am.
So I went to a Los Angeles screening of his film Harmontown.
Okay.
And afterwards there was a live taping.
Okay.
Of his podcast and a Q&A session.
Okay. Nice.
And so I went up to ask a question because I was curious. So the way that the film plays out is that he went on this tour after being fired from his baby community.
Right.
And so he was like, I have crippling depression and an alcohol problem, and I'm going to travel across America and do my podcast for people.
All right.
And, like, there are some segments that have been completely stricken. Like, there's just black date. Like, you can't find anything about them.
Damn.
Like, the stuff that happened at that show, like, he won't even talk about, you know, like
whoa.
Really. And so, anyway, like, you can see throughout the film he's getting in fights with, at the time, his fiance.
Right.
And so my question to him was, was there ever a point where you were just like, fuck it, we're going home. Like, let's end the tour now. Like, I'm done. But before I got a chance to ask that question, Dan Harmon pointed at me and said, you look like a young, sexy John Hodgman. And
yes!
Right then, I lost all color in my face and could not get my question out. I eventually did, but he flustered me so much. And then I got to meet him afterwards and give him a hug, and it was glorious. And then the second one was I just went to go see her at the Burbank AMC.
Right.
As I was walking out, I heard the soothing sounds of a very, very deep voice.
Okay.
I look over, and there's Tay Zonde just hanging out.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Chocolate Rain? Yeah.
Okay, now I know who that is.
Yeah, so
okay.
He was just hanging out in Burbank, and so I got to hang out with him and talk to him for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, but those are my two. Those are the best times that I've ever met a celebrity.
Nice. So I got one. They're internet celebrities, but it was one of my favorite stories because I used to go to BlizzCon all the time.
Uh-huh.
And there was a website called Game Breaker TV. And they would do a Wowhead party with Wowhead, and they'd have like this setup, and they'd have people come on and do all this stuff. And so that's how I met Felicia Day.
Oh, Felicia Day.
She is fantastic. She's so nice in person.
She is my goddess.
She is so nice in person. Truly wonderful. Except when they had her on the show, and I was helping out with the production for some parts of it.
Uh-huh.
When they had her on the show, one of the guys from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, stayed in the chair after his interview, and kept trying to derail the interview, trying to make the interview about him, where Felicia Day's on there trying to talk about the Guild. And it's dude, you had your like 10-minute interview. Stop, please stop. Just stop. Just please stop. In that same one, I like met. Do you know Jesse Cox?
Yeah. He's part of Scary Game Squad, right?
I think he's part of that. He's most famous for his WoW videos.
Yeah, he also he's fat guy, red beard, glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jesse Cox.
Yeah.
He's absolutely hilarious. Also met him there, and then the day after at BlizzCon, and you can go back and find this video, and it's one of the greatest stunts he has ever pulled. He ended. Have you played Diablo 3?
No, I have not played Diablo 3.
Have you seen anything from that game?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know the girl, the kind of girl protagonist that's in it, Leah. He ends up cosplaying as her. Ends up going up to the Diablo Q&A panel, dressed as Leah, and then like asks a couple questions that are just kind of funny. And at the very end, he's just like, "Also, how does Leah pee in this thing? Because I don't know how to get this thing off."
That's amazing.
Just trolled the hell out of them. And the second one is oh my god. With the cast of oh my god.
The Big Bang Theory?
No, not Big Bang Theory. I've never met them. No, the cast
nor
of
do you want to. You don't meet them.
the show my dad worked on, Will and Grace. Hi. That's the show. Yeah, the cast of Will and Grace. I met them because my dad used to work on the show, and so, I've met them. And from what I remember of them and the stories my family tells me, because I was like 7, 8, and I liked the show. It was funny, but they're assholes.
Really?
They're kind of stuck up, Great. They're like mingling around with the crew and stuff like that, and they didn't show up to the holiday parties all the time,
right?
But it was the cast and crew party, and they just weren't the nicest people all the time. So those are my two stories, and
I have one more for you.
Okay,
this is actually my top of all time.
Okay, go on.
I don't know why I forgot about this. It's probably my most beautiful memory that I have.
Right.
So, are you familiar with Motown soul singer Charles Bradley?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, Charles Bradley is this amazing, wonderful... They call him the Screaming Eagle of Soul.
Okay.
And he just got discovered a few years ago. He was in his 60s when he actually made it, finally.
Okay.
He'd been living in his mom's basement, like, in the ghettos of New York. And, like...
Damn.
Like, yeah, like, really hard life. Was reading at, like, a 3rd grade, 2nd grade level. Like, couldn't read or write.
Wow.
Anyway... Finally ended up making it, and
right,
like, it's the greatest rags to riches story ever.
Okay.
So anyway, he was doing a free show at Amoeba, and before the show started, everyone could put in their email to sign up for a chance to win a $20 gift card.
Okay.
And I never win those ever.
I
was like,
yeah.
I don't mind getting emails from Amoeba. That's cool, whatever. So I put in my email, watch the show. It's great. He only plays 3 songs at first, and he's about to walk off, and then the band tells him, no, we want to keep playing. And they end up doing like a 40-minute set, which is not what you're supposed to do at Amoeba. It just went off. Anyway, after it's over, they tell everybody that Charles needs to go to his show up north, so he's not going to be personalizing any autographs. He's just going to sign his name, and that's the end of it.
Right.
And so, form a line and everything, it'll be good. And then they announce the winners. And there's 3 winners, and I'm the 3rd one.
Nice!
So I win this gift card and immediately go and buy his album in hopes of getting it signed. So I wait in line forever. And as I get closer to him, I see that there's a box of tissues next to him. He's just crying.
Right.
Because he's so happy that, like, all these people are here to see him. And, like, he knows that without his fans... And without the people that really appreciate what he does, he would never be where he is right now.
Right.
And so he's like sobbing and like just like so like full of joy. And I finally get up to him and I tell him like, look, man, your music has gotten me through some really tough times in my life, like tough emotional issues. And I just want to say, like, I really love what you're doing and I want you to keep doing it forever. And he took my hand in his and he looked up at me and a single tear rolled down his cheek. And he says, no. Thank you, and then signs on my album, to my brother with love, Charles Bradley.
I was gonna have another story because, like, God damn.
Yeah, it was.
I can't
it was
top
so
that.
Good. Dude, I cried like a baby.
Like I legitimately can't top that. That's like I was gonna be
Yeah,
like,
I can't
I've
believe
worked.
I forgot about that.
I was like, I was like, I've worked with Freddie Wong. Who gives a fuck? That's a
dude, Freddie Wong is super cool.
I worked with Freddie Wong. I ended up playing a card game with his brother at Comic-Con.
I was Freddie Wong adjacent.
Well, like no, like his brother is actually decently famous as well. He does. His brother's an actor.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on Video Game High School. His show. So I met him through that, and then I also met him through at Comic-Con. We were there for a Magic the Gathering panel.
Oh.
Also met like the lead designer Mark Rosewater of Magic the Gathering there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the last Comic-Con one, the entire cast of Suicide Squad almost ran into them at Comic-Con because they had to shut down the entire fucking aisle to let them through. But like, hey, here's Margot Robbie and Will Smith. You know.
Shit.
And then the last one I had was, and this is kind of just the funny one, walking down the street, and we run into Joe Beretta and Steve Zaragoza from SourceFed, Philip DeFranco's old news network. And they had signs for their lines because they were doing like signings and stuff like that. And they were signs with their faces on them. And it was like last day of Comic-Con, and we're like, dude, and our friend Brian knows them, like has met them like many times before, so they kind of recognize his face. It's like, dude, we love your stuff. And he's just like, oh man, thank you. And it's like, here's our faces. And so they gave us their line markers. And my friend Will still has them.
That's awesome.
So that's all we like.
Okay, so before we end this,
okay,
I do want to, while we're on the break, that last 1 minute break, I was telling you about a page that I'm a part of.
Right.
Called, I don't even remember it right now off the top of my head. It's something about how neckbeard memes. It's all like,
oh God, okay,
neckbeard fedora wearer memes, right?
Right.
So this person, her name it begins with M. I don't want to like people to stalk this woman. I just recently had somebody comment on one of her posts.
Right.
I'm not sure about what. It's very hard to understand what he's talking about.
Right.
But I would just like to read to you some of what this atrocious person. Don't be this person, everybody listening.
Don't be this person.
My dear Megan, first of all, what a pleasure it is to post on your timeline in regards to such a picky subject. Sees profile picture. Sweat drips from forehead. Slyly grabs handkerchief and politely dabs. Apologies, my dear girl, for I got distracted. Now, where do I begin? It appears to me that the Asian culture is of clear different to that of others. That is no lie. However, from one's perspective, it is only evolution that has perspired such a difference. If you believe in a higher being, then I believe our budding friendship may have taken a bullet. However, I am a gentleman, so I will gladly educate you on the subject, despite me being a busy man. I believe I could schedule a pretty girl such as yourself into my time slot. Giggles nervously. It also appears that you have formed relations with...
It goes on.
Oh, yeah. It's not over yet. It also appears that you have formed relations with males of Asian culture, as seen in the comments above. What you must ask yourself is, if one of these were to insult your race in a way that, may I dare say, trigger you, would you not seem that as racist? If so, then I do believe the status posted would be deemed false, and thus whoever spoke of this to you would be trying to cog thy sweet ears with filthy accusations. My dear Megan, once again, it has been an absolute pleasure to comment on thy Facebook. As you can see, I am an intellectual man who is more than happy to acquire... okay, first of all, I'm reading this exactly as it's written, so I'm sorry if it sounds weird. Who is more than happy to acquire to someone intellect such as yours and discuss philosophical, political, and educational subjects. Heck, I'm even down to discuss comic books and cartoons if you garner such knowledge. A quick yet emotional scan through your Facebook, which hosts many lovely photographs, I must say, tells me you do in fact hold such knowledge. May science bless you with knowledge. Bows deeply, kisses hand. Her response is just, wow. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Please, for the love of God, don't be that guy. Ever. Holy crap. I'm just gonna click the stop record button. I that's been all for We the Feud. I'm depressed now. I need help. I have given up faith on humanity. No, I haven't. This has been We the Few. My name, as always, is Skylar Barty. Don't be that guy. Jake, where can they follow you?
Follow me on Facebook, personal Facebook page, Jacob Sykes. I think it's actually think that you can go to facebook.com/jacob.d.sykes something.
Interesting.
Because at one point my name on Facebook was Jacob Dankosaurus Sykes. My middle initial is not D.
Your middle name is now Dankosaurus.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Congratulations.
It was that for so long.
And now it is again.
Instagram, Nicotine Mantis. SoundCloud, Nicotine Mantis.
Check him out. Book him a show.
Nicotine Mantis. Book my ass a show. Seriously.
Let's get noise music out there. Don't actually do it.
No, please.
The book him a show, but don't get noise music out there.
No, yes, please get noise music out there. God. It's really important.
Either way,
Rita needs a scene.
You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Skylar Barty. That's my professional journalist page. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at SolaceBringer. I try to post more. I'm trying.
Just do it.
We also have an official We the Few show Twitter at We the Few Show.
How often does it get posted on?
Whenever you can get notified whenever we go live.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try to fix.
Can I start sending mean tweets to Donald Trump and see if I can get us some publicity?
No, not yet.
You don't want him to get mad at us and tweet about us?
No, not the reason why is because we need to gain a following first. We need to gain an army. Once we get an army behind us, then we unleash our army upon him.
Got it. All right. So everybody, please follow us on Twitter. Send mean things to Donald Trump. Tell him that we sent you.
Yeah, I agree here.
You know what? Okay, so I'm starting a campaign right now on our show for all 2 of our listeners. Austin, Dave, this means you too. It's called Dick Pics for Donald. I want everybody to slide into Donald Trump's
And that's
DMs.
been our show. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.